Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So at one of my local disc replays, they were doing a buy 2, get 8 free sale on their DVDs, and it was one that I hadn't been to in quite a long time. So I was scouring the shelves, and I have a stack of 10 DVDs here to share with you guys that I spent a whopping $6.66 on. So extremely cheap for these. So let's not waste any time at all. Let's dive right into my latest buy 2, get 8 free DVD haul. So I'll start off with a couple of super random ones here, and I'll blame Mike over at Movie Edge here on YouTube. I'll link his channel down in the description box below, but he was talking recently, did a few videos about his entire IMAX movie collection, and he has a huge collection. It's really cool, and so because of that, I was watching them around the same time I found these. I had to grab these. We have IMAX, Cosmic Voyage, and Blue Planet. So these are two movies from the IMAX series. I think the original, like the intent behind these were movies that were originally released in IMAX, and they are part of this whole line. You can see they look identical. They're in the same snapper case and everything like that. And they look really cool. This one here especially because it's narrated, as you can see on there, by Morgan Freeman, which is just awesome. This one is done by Tony Myers, who I don't recognize, but let's open these up here so you can see the inside of these snappers. So not a whole lot going on, but yeah, I always love these snapper cases. Always fun to collect. That's Blue Planet, and then Cosmic Voyage on the inside there as well. Yeah, so you can see, like, definitely part of the same line. They look exactly the same. So I thought these were cool, and just the fact that there were two of them, I figured, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to add these to the collection. And I think they maintain their original aspect ratio from the IMAX showing. So I just thought these were fun. And again, they were on my mind because Mike was talking about them. At the time, it was recent to when I found these. So we have IMAX, Cosmic Voyage, and Blue Planet. Sticking with a snapper case, another one I found here is Looney Tunes Back in Action, the movie. So this is one that the Blu-ray is actually really expensive, so I don't see myself ever getting that one. And they actually have it at my local disc replay right now, and I want to say this one is somewhere around $70 or $80 if I'm not mistaken. So I'll stick with the super cheap DVD of this. And this is a movie that I saw way back when it was new, but it has been so long that I just don't remember it at all. But it has a great cast. Steve Martin's in this, Jenna Elfman and Brendan Fraser, like an awesome cast. So yeah, very excited to add this one. Woo, that was on there tight, to the collection. And there is the inside there. So yeah, pretty cool release. Happy to add Looney Tunes Back in Action. Another film for the family collection, one that I don't think I've seen, but it is a Disney movie. I found The Wild. So this one looks like a lot of fun, probably something in the same vein as like Madagascar or something similar here, though I don't think this one has done quite as well as Madagascar, which spawned numerous sequels. I think this is the only one in this series, so it's just a one and done, but yeah, it should be a fun one. It'll go with all my family collection movies, so I'm sure my kids will enjoy it when they get around to it. Looks like a good time. We have The Wild. Next up is a movie that I didn't even know existed, but with a cast like this, I am super excited to check this out. This is actually the 1986 made-for-TV version of Stagecoach. So the original's from, what, like 1939, I believe, and that one is a classic. I think I own that one on Criterion Collection Blu-ray. And then there was actually one done in 1966, I believe it was. Haven't seen that one, didn't know it existed until checking it out after knowing about this one now. But this one, like I said, awesome cast from 1986. Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, Johnny Cash is in this. And then I was looking on the back here, not only those, but we have Waylon Jennings in this as well, which is crazy. Directed by Ted Post. So this is super interesting to me. Let me know if you guys are familiar with this one. Like I said, I never even heard about this one prior to this. I didn't realize Stagecoach had a single remake, let alone two different remakes. So this is really cool. I'm really excited to check this one out. I'll have to do a comparison between the original and the remake once I get around to this. But yeah, happy to add Stagecoach to the collection. This one I couldn't pass up. It is brand new and still sealed here. Chevy Chase in Funny Farm. Now, this is another one that I've not seen prior, but I've heard really great things about this one. Of course, I've heard of this one before, but have not seen it, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. It is essentially a city slicker type movie where our big city guy goes into the farm life, basically, and tries to live his life that way. So intrigued to see how it's going to be. Has a really good cast on it, as you can see. So yeah, it should be a fun one when I get around to it. And I always like Chevy Chase. He's just funny. So this is Funny Farm. I couldn't find much about this one before picking it up, but the fact that it had Charisma Carpenter in it was enough to get my attention, and it's an Anchor Bay release. This is called Voodoo Moon. And on the back here, it says that it is a saga of fear, faith, and zombies. So not any clue really what this is, but I mean, that alone sounds interesting to me. And the fact that Charisma Carpenter is in this, of course, from Buffy fame, most notably, I have to check this out and see what it is. Alongside here, we also have Eric Mabius, who is in Resident Evil. I don't recognize the name though, so I'm very curious who that actually is. But yeah, you can see it is an Anchor Bay release. So had to grab this one. Very intrigued to see what in the world this actually is going to be, but sounds like a lot of fun. Directed by Kevin Van Hook, another name I don't recognize, but let me know if you do down in the comments below, and if you know this movie. This is Voodoo Moon. Now this one is one that is right up my alley. This is a Roger Corman production, Sharktopus. So I mean, there was no chance I was leaving this one behind. This looks just wonderfully terrible in all the right ways. And it has Sarah Molecule Lane in this as well, who I didn't realize was in this, but she was in a movie called Jailbait from The Asylum, and she was great in that. So very interested to check this out. Eric Roberts in this as well, another one who's done more than his fair share of Asylum films. But this one is not from The Asylum. This is actually released by Anchor Bay, but it's produced by Roger Corman. So yeah, this is going to be a heck of a lot of fun. Cannot wait to check this out, especially now that I see the cast on this. This is going right toward the top of that list. This is Sharktopus. This was such a random find, and I'm willing to bet money that many of you have never even heard of this franchise before. But we ended up doing essentially a Bollywood cycle on the Cinefessions podcast years and years ago, probably a decade or more ago now. But one of the franchises we watched in there was the Doom franchise, DHOOM. Well, I happened to come across Doom 2 at my local disc replay. Like, what in the world is this doing at disc replay? So this is, how do I describe it? It's been a while since I've seen this, but we had such a great time watching these movies. This is essentially, it feels a bit like the Fast and the Furious franchise, but in the middle of all these action-packed sequences, you have these random, over-the-top dance sequences because it's a Bollywood-produced film. So, of course, it's an Indian movie, and it is so good. It's really long, too. I totally forgot about that. 147 minutes, and it's actually split on 2 different DVDs. I think, no, one is a special features disc. The other is actually the movie itself. But yeah, when we were watching these for the podcast, if I'm not mistaken, they were actually on Netflix back when. And so I never owned them in the physical format. Now, of course, I only have Doom 2. I believe there's at least 3, maybe even 4 in this franchise, but we really enjoyed these movies. So I was so excited to come across this. Let me know if you've seen this, because I'm guessing not many people have. But yeah, these are really fun if you ever come across them. This is Doom 2. And last but not least today is actually a double feature of a couple of classics, at least from what I hear. We have Hot Shots and then Hot Shots. Hot Shots. Okay. So last but not least today are a couple of, I believe these are both 80s comedies. We have Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part, I keep saying that wrong, Hot Shots Part 2, which is just Part 2, I'm going to say from here on out, because I keep messing up Hot Shots. Anyway, moving ahead here. So this is one that is a couple of movies that I've always meant to see, but I've never owned them in any way. So I had to pick this up when I saw it. And if I'm not mistaken, these are on 2 separate DVDs, which is always cool to see in these double feature packs. So yeah, this just looks like a ton of fun. I love that Charlie Sheen stars in the sequel as well. But these are really well-known movies. I'm sure you guys have seen these ones, but let me know if you like both of them or is only Hot Shots worth watching? Let me know what you think. But yeah, either way, happy to have these. And there are some special features on both of them, which is really unexpected, but very cool to see. So yeah, really cool add to the collection. Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2. All right, so not the biggest stack I've shown, but man, for $6.66, I think there's 11 movies in total there. That is a remarkably good deal in my book. So let me know what you guys have been finding at your local used media stores near you. Anything good? Have you been having any good sales? I know Black Friday, my local disc replay was doing a buy two, get 8 free again, but I didn't make it at that one. These ones I picked up probably a month or two ago now. But anyway, I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments. Let me know what I should put at the top of my watch list based on what you've seen here. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I really do appreciate that. And thanks for making it all the way to the end. That really does help the channel out. Before I let you go, I'll just encourage you all to consume some media today. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you all next time.